Hey, what's going on YouTube? Alabama Reloader here. So coming to you from the new hunting rig for this upcoming season. Picked this thing up. It's a 2012 Nissan Xterra. Picked it up not too long ago. There were some things that just didn't work out with a different route that I was trying to go. So now I'm looking to get rid of another vehicle. So yeah, fun stuff. But yeah, so this is actually what we just recently, me, my dad, and my brother, we went on a scouting trip, went and scouted some public land up in Kentucky, and this is the vehicle that we took. We hauled a trailer with a 10-foot flat bottom on it up there and back. It was about I'd say from my house, probably about a 4.5 hour drive, something like that, up to the public land that we went to, and stayed pretty close by, about a 20-minute drive from the hotel that we stayed at. Overall, great trip. I was able to get a cell camera put out. I think my brother put out a few different cameras. We had several spots that he had done a lot of research on, a lot of, I guess, digital scouting, right? Using a lot of topo maps and all that stuff. He put in a ton of time and effort, and it paid off because when we got up there, well, the first spot we went and checked, ended up walking about 3 miles, and we didn't really see anything that blew us away. We were a little surprised by that, but just the amount of ag that we were dealing with, that kind of made sense. So then we circled back, kind of regrouped, and went to a different spot. I got a camera up, had a nice 8-point on camera the day after I set it up. So we're getting geared up for that. We plan on going for the opener coming up in September up there. And the reason I'm talking about that is because I just picked up a pretty cool product, or at least I hope it's going to be pretty cool. And my order came in from these guys, the Hunting Public, right? So everybody knows who those guys are. They make amazing YouTube content, and just I'm a huge fan of what those guys do and what they bring to the table. And one of the things they've been showing recently on some of their videos is this thing. It is the compound bow magnetic phone mount. And what you do essentially is you mount this thing to your stabilizer on your compound bow, and it's got a magnet and it holds your phone. You can set your phone on it while you shoot, so you can record, you can film your hunts and all that stuff. And I've tried to do the self-film thing before. I've got the Muddy brand camera arm that you attach to a tree, put a camera on it, you know, and try to do all that. I've tried it, and it's just not for me, right? It's not something, I would say I'm not one of those people that's what I'm trying to gear my content towards, right? Is filming hunts and doing the self-film thing. That's not really my thing. I love to reload. I love to bring you guys along on the process of reloading, you know, showing you the results that I get in various rifles, cartridges, you name it, right? That's what appeals to me more. However, I do want to get into more of you know, filming my hunts, and that you saw, if you go watch, I posted a video of the buck that my wife killed this past season. I bought a little adapter off Amazon for like 35 bucks and was able to film through the scope. And so I was able to record her killing an 8-point. And it was really cool and really neat. That was the first time I'd ever done that. And so it's just got me more interested in, okay, how can I do this for bow hunting, right? And you can go get a Tacticam and all that stuff. I've had one of those before, and it comes with a stabilizer mount, and I believe it was like it's like Tacticam Solo or something. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's an older version, and it did good for what it was supposed to do, right? But in this particular instance, you know, I'm able to use my phone. I can just obviously have my phone out, and then as soon as, you know, something comes within range, or if I see a deer that I'm going to try to shoot with my bow, I can go ahead, start filming, put this thing on the mount, and rock solid, supposedly, right? So this is really this video is going to kind of be broken down into a couple of different segments. So I'm just going to show you guys. We're going to rip this thing open. I got to do it one-handed, but It's not too bad at all. It's just stapled in there. And this thing, so it's by a company, I guess, called Painted Arrow. Yep, paintedarrowoutdoors.com, and lifetime warranty, made in the USA. So there you go. And this thing ain't cheap, by the way. It is not cheap. So I really appreciate the THP guys sending me all this stuff for free. I'm totally kidding. They did not do that. So spent my hard-earned money on it. I think this thing's like 55 bucks or something like that on their website, if I remember right. But I really don't want to drag all this stuff out in the car because I just don't want to lose any of the small parts. But you get you a little sticker. There you go, Painted Arrow sticker. So that's cool. Support those guys. Apparently they're the ones that made the product. So it looks like you'll get yourself some foam. Okay. Oh, they use a 3M adhesive. Aha. And there's a little, so that's what I didn't want to lose. There's a little washer in there. You know, whenever you go to mount this thing on your stabilizer, you got an alcohol pad, prep pad. Okay, you'll definitely need that. So yeah, here's the mount itself. So what you'll do, you'll think about the front of your bow, right? You've got your stabilizer pointing this way. You'll throw that thing up against your bow, then you'll tighten your stabilizer down, right? And that's what holds it in place. And then you'll put, I'm assuming you just attach this. This will be your magnet, or your piece of metal that'll stick to the magnet. So you, again, assuming you simply attach this to your phone case, and booyah, good to go. Because this will be out in front of your bow like this, and you'll set your phone right there, and then you can just start recording. So it's got a cool little THP set up there. So yeah, pretty slick unit. This is the type of stuff that, like I said, I had that Tacticam, and it's really neat, but at the same time, it's one of those situations where it saves to an SD card. So now I got to deal with SD cards, and I need to be able to, that's a pain, you know, in the butt in my situation, right? I like ease of use. I like filming with my phone. You guys already know that because I film all of my videos on my phone, and then I just upload them. And that's what I like about this setup. When I saw this on one of their videos, and then Warb, I think, was talking about it, and he was like, hey, yeah, we can go buy these now. They're for sale. They're up on the website. Go pick one up. And I went over there and got one immediately because this is the kind of thing that I would use and wouldn't hesitate to use. So I think it'd be pretty neat. Now I'm just going to break away to, coming up next, I'm just going to film some target practice with it and then just kind of give a conclusion overall. But I mean, initial thoughts, this thing seems really nice, well built. I mean, kind of hard to mess up a piece of metal with a magnet, but you know, it does happen. So, and then I also picked up some stealth strip from them and the shirt. So, all right, y'all stay tuned, check out some target practice. All right, so set up here in the backyard. I'm just gonna shoot three arrows pretty quick. Got my target set up right down there. We're at 15 yards. And these arrows are actually not, this bow is actually not tuned. This whole bow and arrow setup I've got here, that they're not tuned for one another. They hit close enough though, you know, within reason, for what we're trying to do for the purpose of this video. These are not the ones I shoot for actual hunting season. I've got a heavy setup that I go with, that this bow, you know, and everything's tuned up for. So pretty much the way this is going to run. So just turned on the camera, got my bow and everything here, went ahead, I've got the mount installed. Of course it's not going to focus right there, sitting just above my stabilizer, and I've got the little metal piece on my phone case. So pretty much you can think of this, you're up in a tree, all of a sudden, oh, here comes a monster buck. Uh-oh, time to get off Instagram, quit scrolling through the THP page. Now you need to get your phone set up, hit record. All right, that sucker is in there, and man, that magnet, I mean, it's got some force to it. So now yeah, you're on the mount, so let's just let's check it out. We're at 15 yards. Nice. And this bow, by the way, is a like I said, I'm gonna shoot 3 real quick just so you guys can kind of get a feel. So I'm actually turning my bow now to knock my second arrow. All right. But this bow, it's a PSE Brute NXT. Picked it up last year, hunted with it. Really nice bow. I had it set up by the guys over at Full Draw Archery in Huntsville, Alabama. Really great guys, so highly recommend them. But all right, second shot. And I'm not aiming at the same point every time because I'm not trying to Robin Hood these things. Arrows cost way too much to be destroying them by shooting them on top of each other. So I'm gonna hold a different point of aim. My point of impact is slightly high. Like I said, this bow and arrow combo, it's not set up for one another, so. And last one, let me get the arrow knocked. All right, here we go. Third shot. All right, there you have it. Man, this thing, that magnet is pretty stout. All right, so I was trying to think of a good way to do this, but there it is, THP phone mount. Pretty awesome stuff. Yeah, so there you go. In my opinion, that's about probably the best setup you could get in terms of, you know, just being lightweight and not really adding any additional bulk, and being able to film your hunts, right? Being able to self-film. That's exactly what, you know, basically, if I'm gonna be filming my hunts, then I wanna have pretty much as few pieces of additional gear as possible. And that's one of the reasons, if you guys go watch that video I referenced earlier, talking about when my wife killed that buck, you know, that was a little $35 scope adapter off Amazon. And you just put it on the scope, tighten everything down, and you can put your phone on there and you can film. Now it's only good for, depending on the recoil of the firearm, essentially it's good for one shot, like on the 270 Winchester she was shooting. Because after that, I mean, it's just little nylon screws that hold the thing on there. So it's not a super tight fit, so you're only gonna get one shot. However, what was great about it was the ability to go back and watch the video and see exactly where she hit that deer. It looked like a good shot, and he reacted in a way where it's like, man, you know he's hit good, but it was, when you went back and watched the video, she kind of pulled just right there at the last second, and it was a little bit further back than she would have liked. It was a liver shot is what it was, but having that video, man, that was just such an awesome experience for both of us, right? Being able to capture that on video, and then obviously being able to immediately go back, watch the video, know that she put a good shot on the deer, it's a dead deer, and we'll find him, right? So that's what's really neat about it. And having that ability, you know, to film your hunts. I've tried the stuff where you take the camera arm in and attach it to a tree and you try to do it. No, that's just not my style. I would rather have something like this set up where you just attach it to your bow, put your phone right in there, and film your hunt that way. I mean, it just makes life so much easier, in my opinion, and what I'm trying to do. So that's it. 2 thumbs way up for this thing right here from the Painted Arrow Company, in collaboration with THP. So great job, guys. Appreciate all the good stuff you guys do for conservation and hunting in general, public land hunting, that type of stuff. So that's it. That's where we're gonna leave it. Yeah, hopefully I'll be posting a video of a monster Kentucky buck that'll lay the smackdown on. That's the hope. It's the whole reason why I picked this thing up. Got a Kentucky hunt coming up pretty soon. So all right, we'll catch you guys next time. Y'all have a good one.